As the kids head back to the classroom, parents, it's a great time to be aware of some AI scams that are targeting you. Now, to talk more on this topic today, I'm joined here with Howard Globus, CEO of It On Demand. Howard, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks so much for having me this morning.
Now, to start off, can you give us some insight on your background and organization?
Sure. IT On Demand was formed in 2006, and our focus has been on working with small and medium-sized businesses to make sure that they're staying safe while online and being compliant with cyber regulations. And that has bled into using our services for home and personal use, because many folks who own businesses or work in businesses also have to protect their families.
Now, heading back to school, a few scams that parents should be aware about. I want to start off with the overdue school fees scam. So what can people expect to see with this scam over email, and what should they watch out for?
So we're going to start to see a lot of overdue fees or missed payments emails that come in, sometimes texts as well. When these requests come in, they're going to have a sense of urgency. You don't want your child to miss out on an opportunity, or they may be barred from participating in the lunch hour or taking books out of the library. And these types of emails and texts will have this pay now and a link to go ahead and pay immediately. That's what all of these scams are going to be working on, making sure that you don't want to have your children miss out on anything, and this pay now to get it taken care of. We tell people that what they should be doing is take a beat, take a moment, take a look at the link that's being connected to. Is it one that's familiar to you? Probably the best thing to do is go to the school's website and use the payment process from that website rather than clicking on a link in an email or a text.
A sense of urgency, actually a common theme in a lot of scams here. I want to talk about another scam, this one pretty scary actually. It's the AI voice cloning, that your child can sound exactly like the person. So how can parents really decipher what's real and what's not?
Yeah, this AI voice cloning is probably one of the scariest ones that we've seen in the last couple of months. What we're finding is the same way that we can use tools in our business to be able to make ourselves more productive and perhaps take some clip of audio to create an AI impersonation of ourselves, so that way we don't have to be answering every phone call, or we can send out personalized messages. That's being used against us now. So it only takes about 10 seconds worth of video to train an AI to get some decent audio. What you're going to want to do is, as a family, we recommend having either a password phrase or a call and response, something like, have you put the library book back? And then a response being, no, I haven't. Or, do you have your pocket money with you? Yes, it's in my left-hand back pocket. Something that is harder to fake and is going to be specific to your family, not using a common phrase or just a one-word answer like baseball or mitten or something like that.
That's some good tips there. And another one I want to touch on is Venmo or Zelle. A lot of parents use this form of payment. What should you look out for with some fake requests from these platforms? Excellent point, because both Venmo and Zelle make payment transfers very, very easy. But once that payment is made, that money can be gone and it's unlikely to retrieve it. Same as when we're looking at fake websites, we want to make sure that we have exact spellings correct. A lot of the time, if we've never sent to that person before, there'll be a verification, making sure that we have the last 4 digits of that person's cell phone or the office number. What we recommend is double check before you're sending that first payment. If the person's already in your contact list, it's likely that that's going to be valid. But if you get a request for the first time, double check, even triple check that. And again, if it's coming from something like the school or a school organization, going back to the school organization and double confirming to make sure that it's the right information. Always good to take a beat, take a moment, double check, make sure that everything looks okay before you send that money. Completely agree. And this year, the St. Louis division of the FBI put out a list of ways that you can protect yourself from cyber attacks, as over $16 billion was lost in 2024. Now, what are some ways that people can really stay vigilant with these scams? So the list that was put out this past year has some really great tips. Things that you're going to want to make sure to look out for are websites that look
almost perfect. So a website that has an extra R in it, or it uses an E that is Cyrillic rather than an English E. So making sure that the website is correct. Hovering over the website, you can do that on a computer. You really can't do that on a phone, to make sure that it's taking you to where you think you're going to. When responding to an email, making sure that it's actually coming from the person that you think it's coming from. So that the from message might say a first name, last name, but when you hover over the return address, it might have a different address. It's an easy way to hide, or what we call spoof, an email address. So those are some really quick things. In addition, when you're paying for anything, whether it's making a payment to the US Postal Service, FedEx, DHL, Amazon, or any other service online, go to their website rather than clicking on the link within an email. It's much more likely that you're going to get to the right place to make the payment, and you won't lose that money.
Howard, some great tips for parents and even kids heading back to school. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.